Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we have the Arktos on the bench. Um, hasn't been on the bench for a while. Haven't really done a ton with it because it's been, kind of snowing out and everything, and also just kind of liked it how it was. But recently I came across a couple TRX4M transmissions that I got used. One came with a Fat Viper, one just the transmission by itself, and I knew one was going to go into the TRX4M High Trail, and the other one I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with it. I had the helical gears to install in the CR18P transmission for this. But then I was like, I really don't need two speed in this, so maybe I'll throw in the 4M transmission and make it single speed and just try it out because people seem to do that a lot on like the Juice Up and a couple other trucks. So I whipped up a little skid for it that swaps into it just swaps right in. It bolted right in, no problem. Haven't had any issues with it, but I also haven't really used it much. So because I've just been around the house kind of testing it out and playing with it. Um, this is the skid right here. Simple little design. It's literally the stock skid, like all the lower half, I guess. I just kind of copied that and like, redesigned it in Fusion 360. And then I took the transmission and set it, and I tried to make the drive shafts like as close as I could to center here. So it kind of lines up with how the stock skid is, and you can use your stock transmission, stock drive shafts and everything. The only thing is I did have to, kind of favor it a little bit this way so that this post could line up here. If not, it's going to be kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and that's where the link goes, and then one I have to interfere with it. And yeah, and then I had to slide it all the way over to the side here because where the transmission mounts the motor, it's like off center this way. So when I had this whole thing centered completely, the motor was actually hitting the frame. So I just kind of slid it all the way over to the side, and now there's like, I don't know, 3 millimeters, 3 or 4 millimeters now on one side, and like 4 or 5 on the other, just because you can't get over any farther. But bolts right in there. This was a first prototype, so it's actually a little too low. You can see it sticking out. The one that's in here is completely smooth right across, and that was just to try to get it as low as I could in the truck because I didn't want it sitting up top. And this is like 6 millimeters depth right here, so I want another 6 millimeters higher. So I'm just trying to sunk it right in there. I put it in here. It's a really tight fit. It's like exact sizing. And then I put in M2 by 10 millimeter bolts. This one right here, you could put a shorter one in. It's a little harder to put a 10 mil in there because there's not much space. So if you put, I mean, even 8s and 6s and stuff will be fine. Honestly, I just did 10s because I was like trying to strengthen up the post because you can only make these so strong. I could put it on the outside like some. Well, this side I can't. So I just figured it'll strengthen it up. I haven't had any issues so far, but there's not a lot of stress on it really, so I don't see there being any kind of a problem. But yeah, it pops right in there. Like I said, those 4 bolts. I have the Fat Viper on it. You can get a little bit longer. Let's see, stock motor. This is the 280. You're going to be pretty close trying to fit that in there. It might, because these will probably fit underneath the cab, and you'll just have this up against the cab, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that's going to be questionable. The Rock Van has a 180 motor, and that one will definitely fit. The problem is the bolt spacing is not the same for either of these for this transmission, so you'd have to have an adapter. You might be able to make the 280 work though, because it has just like, I think it's like a 1 millimeter or 2 millimeter difference. So it should fit like in the holes, because these are 3 millimeter holes for this motor, and these are 2.5, I think. So you could probably like, kind of bridge it, plus they're ovaled. So, I mean, I think it would probably fit. Honestly, that would probably fit no problem now that I think about it, because the overall motor height is different. Yeah, I think that would fit. I think the stock motor would fit if you really wanted to go in there. Honestly, if you're going to go on this, I don't see you going to a stock motor, but if you really wanted to, and this would definitely fit. But again, the mounting spacing is different. So it's going to be a your results may vary kind of thing, because I don't know what you're going to put in there. I think there shouldn't be any problem with flipping this around if you really wanted to go rear motor. It's pretty centered, like I said, the transmission, because then you'd be flipping it like this. Yeah, I mean, I don't see an issue. The thing is that you're going to have that weight all back here instead of up towards the front. So you're going to be heavily moving the weight backwards by a lot. You know, whatever the width of this is, plus all that weight flying backwards. But yeah, so anyways, that's a pretty straightforward part, honestly. You bolt this in here, you bolt this on here. This goes right into there. You use the stock bolts on the transmission skid here. The links bolt right up to it. No problem. As far as drive shafts go, the stock transmission output has 1.9, about 2 millimeter. I don't know. I keep getting different numbers. I don't know what's going on here. But see, 1.8 ish. And this one, the output is 2.1, you know, approximately 2.2. And the stock drive shafts will slide on it. It just kind of squishes the plastic over and it works. The problem with that though is it hits right here. If you have any kind of like on both sides, mostly on this side, if you have any kind of a lift, I think if you were stock length shocks would be fine, but I have the 59 millimeter Next Racing shocks, and it was actually hitting right there whenever I drooped down like this. The Injora Venture 18 drive shafts fit, but I had to shave down the flat a little bit. I just took my rotary and just barely, I couldn't find my barrel. I don't know why, but I just, you know, used this on its side, and I just shaved down the side of it a little bit. And it was just enough to slide on the drive shaft and put the bolt through, and they fit fine. So that's just a little bit of a thing. If you have the Hobby Plus drive shafts, they're round. They don't have the little D shape on the Injora, like the Injora ones do for the shaft. They're going to slide right on because they're just 3 millimeter holes, and you're not going to have an issue there. The other problem is stock is counter rotating the way that it's set up with all the axles. So when you put this in here, if you don't do anything, your front's going to go forward and the back's going to go reverse, or reverse and forward. So you have to reverse your diffs. I tried to do my front one because I was like, oh, I'll just do a single diff. Well, I have the metal axle, and for some reason they decided to put inside of it a groove where you can't flip the diff gear. So I went and popped up the front. You know, you can't see it because all the grease in there. I popped the axle shafts out, and then when I took the diff gear out, and I was like, oh, I can't flip it. Damn. So I had to take both of the rears apart and flip both of the rears. So that's another thing you got to do. This should fit with a stock. Yeah, I'm looking at the bed on my other Arktos. There's plenty of room here. You should be able to fit a bed right on top of here, no problem. But what I do on this one is I have always had like a, well, lately I've had like a comp bed type thing. Wait a minute, which one's the good one? This one. I've always had like a flat kind of bed delete, and I whip this up and it just covers up all the wiring area here and gives a little hole for the transmission to poke out of, and it just fills in all these 3 holes, and then you use the shock tower bolt hole here. So if you're actually using a bolt, like if you're using that hole for your shocks, just use a little bit longer screw and you put it in there, and it's just to hold it up. With this one though, you have to have one really short bolt. It's like a 4 millimeter, so that way it doesn't go into anything. Yep, there we go. And you just want to do that so it doesn't hit the motor. The other side also needs a short one, but that can be like a 6 millimeter if you want, approximately. And then the rest of these can be any length you want. So I just have like a combination of random bolts I had just hanging out just to fill it in. Now, one thing to remember, that these ones are threaded. So you're really just threading into the metal and pushing into the plastic. So when I tighten it up, I've already threaded this one in once. I usually hold this tight and thread it in so it makes the thread and doesn't just push the plastic away. These ones are actually threading into the plastic. These bolts are, I would say these ones aren't necessary. This one's just to make this doesn't flop. These ones, I'm not going to say they're completely necessary, but you're getting rid of the 2-speed bracket here. I mean, you could keep the stock bracket, just take the servo off, but I didn't want it there. So I just, you know, it's made all the way across. This is like one of my old ones, the sizing one, right? I just put these all the way across to kind of help as a brace to strengthen up this area. So now it's solid again. But yeah, it's this is on 3S right now. I think I need to adjust my ESC a little bit because the gearing's a little different, but I can still creep it pretty good. When I first put this together, I had a click in it, and it ended up being some crap inside the transmission because when I got these from the guy, he had drilled a hole in this one for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if he was checking mesh or if he had his pinions too long or whatever he had going on. And this cover was on this transmission with this motor. And I had taken it apart and cleaned it. But I had only used like Dawn dish soap and kind of like, cleaned it out really good. And apparently I should have done more. I think there was a little shaving because he had, when I opened it up, there was actually shavings of metal in there. So I think he drilled it with the, I think he drilled it with the case still closed and grease in there and everything because it was metal shavings all inside. It looked like glitter. So that's why I cleaned it out, and I ended up swapping it because I knew this one's going to be out in the open, whereas this one I was going to put inside the high trail, and it's going to be covered up by a body. But I had to take it apart again, and I used like some actual like brake cleaner and completely cleaned the gears out and made sure all the gears were fine. And once I put it together, now there's no click. The thing is, a lot of people put in this transmission to get rid of the slop in these things. I've always kind of thought that most of it, because it seemed that way, that most of it is in these portals, in these axles. But I mean, yeah, this one's kind of shoved in there, so it's kind of hard, but it's a little bit less because this has the same transmission, but not much less, honestly. So if you're going for just to get rid of slop, this is not the way to do it. It's going to get rid of a little bit, but it's not. There's not that much slop in here, especially when you put the metal gears in and stuff. I mean, not the metal gears, the metal box. Like there's a little bit, but you're going to get that in any transmission. So I don't know. Well, any transmission with that many gears. I don't know. I've been fine with it. I'm just kind of come used to dealing with it because I've had it for so long. And the thing is, I'm usually going up something, and it really ever affects me. Obviously coming back down some stuff, but like usually at that point, I'm already kind of falling forward, so it doesn't really matter. And I don't know. I haven't really had an issue with it because I'm just kind of used to it now, I think. But yeah. Semi-short little video, just going over it. Because it's not just straightforward, throw it in and it's good to go. You can't just toss this in and think it's going to work. You have to flip the diff gears in the front or the two in the rear. If you're going to do it in the rock fan, you got to do the front or the one in the rear. If you're doing the Terranaut, you got to do two in the front or two in the rear. Just like I had to do on this one. Drive shafts aren't 100% bolt up. Stock ones would. Hobby Plus ones would. Injora Venture 18 ones will not. But that's pretty much it. I mean, this is 3S. Not that we have a lot of room here. It's still got some speed. It's still pretty quick. On 2S, it was pretty slow. I tried both. This is definitely, I've always ran 3S on this anyways. So it'll just probably run at 3S and just stick with it, Well, yeah, I think that's it for this one, guys. Throw any comments, questions, suggestions down below. Something that you're looking into. Have you done it before? I know that there was a file for this to put it onto, like, I think the rock fan, the FX118, the juice up and all that, but their skid's different. And I had printed that out originally, and I went to match it up, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that the skid's longer in this truck. So that's not going to work. Yeah, and I think Opie Factory, OPPAI, whatever, he makes one, I think, for like the Rushmore and all that stuff, which I don't know if it's the same chassis. I don't have one of those. Haven't really looked into them. But I know he makes one for something, and I'm not sure. But yeah, this is a free download on Maker World if you want it. I have the bed cover and the skid is on there. If you need to buy it, though, I'll have a link down below for my website where I sell them both. But but this cover is made for my skid. So if you buy this thinking you're going to make it work for something else, like covering up this, it's not going to, because this sits like way up forward against the cab. And that's what my other, I have other covers for that go right up to here and cover almost the whole thing. So yeah, but anyways, I think that's it for this one, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day.